YouTube friends and family, how are you doing? I'm Wardy, and I've got another one of these crazy free-for-alls for you today. You guys loved it so much last week, I just said, why not? Let's just do it again. I've not found many other games to cast for YouTube only recently, so I've decided just to do the free-for-alls again. Like you said, you guys liked it, so I'll do another one. Same players as last week: Innovation, Hurricane, Solar, Patience, Impact, and Maru. And yeah, welcome. If you do enjoy this cast, do not forget to hit that like button. Consider hitting the subscribe button as well. And of course, leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more. Right now, I only have these replays of these players, but I'll absolutely be in the future when I have some more free time, looking to maybe organize my own event on this tournament and getting some different players in here. But for the moment, just sit back, relax, enjoy some free-for-all action. And thank you so much for the love on YouTube lately. This is a YouTube exclusive on WardiTV. As you see our players picking their spawn points, it looks like Innovation was thinking about going top right, and he is going to get teleported. Oh, no, Innovation. He didn't actually... he didn't go into the circle in time. He went in with like 1 second left. Oh, he went for it at 1 second left, and he got teleported, because if you don't pick a starting zone in this free-for-all mod, you actually get sent somewhere else. So Innovation gets sent to the bottom right corner, so he's going to be forced to play an island base. That's actually incredible, because I guess you can't usually get to the island base to spawn early in the game either, usually, right? Oh, this is very interesting. I don't know what Innovation does here. Maybe, like, CC first, expand up here. Like, CC first, float it over there, and then just, like, slowly build up from there. I mean, maybe that base gets denied. It's hard to say. All right, well, this is going to be interesting. Innovation, bottom right. We do see our red Protoss player near him is Patience, and very near Patience is the orange Protoss player Hurricane. Might see some PvP battles early in this. In the bottom left-hand side, we do have the purple Zerg player Impact, and in the top half of the map, we've got our other players, Solar, who is taking a gold base to start the game, and we have Maru, who took this base in the last free-for-all we casted, which Maru actually ended up winning, and he's going to start on this base in the top left again. So a couple of things to mention that happen in this free-for-all. First of all, a lot of it's in Korean, so I'll do my best to explain as we go. But there are some spawns here for trains, which if you kill, you get minerals and gas. So you can pick up those. They happen every like 5 minutes or so, roughly. And the center is a contested point. At certain points of the game, you can fight over the center, and whoever is in the center the most in the early points of the game, or at those points of the game, gets whatever benefit, either a mineral and gas income boost, or maybe some units spawned in as the game goes on, etc., etc. So here we go for this free-for-all. Like I said, guys, just didn't really have much else to cast for YouTube exclusively. We've had so much good content from the stream, but it's always great to be able to talk to you guys and be like, hey guys, YouTube's going amazingly, which it is. Again, shout out to you guys for being awesome. Again, keep on subscribing, keep on liking, I'm going to keep on putting out the content. I appreciate it, guys. As Innovation sends a scouting barracks across through the bottom side, and yeah, I guess he doesn't want to do anything with his racks, so he's just going to say, I mean, why build Marines early, I guess? Is he just going to go, like, one base BC or something, maybe? I think we saw in, like, an earlier one of these, we saw, maybe Supernova or somebody taking an early island base and just sort of camping out here and chilling. Because these rocks can be killed for a third extractor, or for a third refinery in this case, so I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Innovation going towards that, as he is setting up to build a CC now, so he will eventually try and expand here. And it looks like he will give the starport to a tech lab. Whether that's for a battle cruiser, probably not, more so maybe just a Banshee early on in the game. Maru not doing too much either. He's opening 2-1-1, early Stimpack off one base though, so there is a bit of aggression in this from Maru's point of view, as Solar is telling somebody to go and attack the 12 o'clock position because Maru is there. And Solar's just expanded massively, just taking the top right 3 bases already. Hurricane's on his way up to deal with this. I wonder if Patience and Hurricane have a bit of like a, let's not attack each other sort of thing going on. Because they're not bothering each other. I mean, Hurricane hasn't actually seen Patience yet. Patience hasn't actually seen Hurricane. In fact, Patience just hasn't scouted, bar the fact he saw Innovation's racks floating over the bottom side, which is still on a journey, by the way. And Patience just going to 3 bases early in the game. Impact doing the same. These guys are very passive in the early game. Just Hurricane harassing one of Solar's bases. As Patience sends a Phoenix over to investigate Innovation, who is in the bottom right-hand corner. These drones, yeah, they got stopped from mine for a little while. These Adepts are being annoying. This is not a very easy set of bases to defend, so the Adepts really able to jump between the bases very easily, and very easily able to say, oh, I'm going to get a drone here, a drone there. Even keeps one of these Adepts alive, bringing it out to the center. 4 minutes in the game, and you can see Maru is ready for the spawning of the train. I'm not sure if that spawns at 4 minutes, or if it's, yep, it is. Look at Maru. Maru is so on point. Solo's on his way over here, so it doesn't matter who kills the train. The train drops minerals and gas, so it's when the train drops the minerals and gas, whoever picks it up by walking over it, similar to like co-op or campaign missions. You can see Maru picking it up there. This train's being ignored for the moment, as we do see Solo and Hurricane getting into a bit of a fight for themselves, and this train might not be killed. Where does it go to? It ends up going past Impact's base over here. So this train, I mean, if you look at their vision, they know it's still on the map. They see it on the mini-map, so they do know that's there. But I mean, Solo's just fighting Hurricane. He wasn't happy with the fact Hurricane came to harass him early in the game, as we're going to be seeing these probes going down. By the way, now we're going to have a fight over the center of the map. So for this, you get 2,000, 1,000 for winning the center, 1,500 for getting second place, and third and fourth place will get 500 minerals. And that's just based on how long you sit in the center of the map for. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But right now, there's lings everywhere, and I mean, Impact's like, wait a second, should have made some units. I could have had free minerals and gas here. No, don't tell me Maru's going to start doing this again. Maru's just moving into the middle of the map. Are you kidding me? Surely not, as this train is actually going to get away. Maru's going to be the one to get in the center. I like this, an SCV just to sit in the middle. Doesn't matter what sits in the middle, as long as you sit in the middle. This is a fight that Maru can take. He sims for the Zerglings, and Solo gets a couple seconds on the board. And now it looks as though Hurricane will try and contest this as well. I mean, all Maru has to do is sit in here long enough to obviously try and, you know, stop his opponent getting too many more points. Hurricane might just be happy taking a second, right? 1 second is already going to put him on the scoreboard here to get some minerals and gases. Hurricane is trying to set up this base, but Innovation is over here trying to expand and trying to get off his bases. Innovation has been building up into battle cruisers, so he actually has the first one out right now, and it's coming to attack Solus. So Solus taking some damage from Innovation's BC in the top right corner of the map. A few corrosive bars, and he's going to teleport the second BC here as well. Oh, well, this is actually kind of awkward. This lair might die, as Maru's going to show up as well. Oh, no. Maru, who, by the way, has already guaranteed won the center of the map, by the way, as we do see him killing off one of the bases of Solo. Solo's other base is in some trouble too. You can see Solo just got a bunch of money. He got second place in this. Hurricane third for 500 minerals, and Maru gets first, so he gets a ton of money to work with now. And this is very similar to how the last free-for-all we casted went. Maru got into a very good position. He did really well on all the objectives, and he was just slow to expand, but he makes up for it by winning all of the objectives all the time. Man, poor Solo's getting absolutely bullied here. He's lost the top base. He's going to lose the lair. He does have some money to try and rebuild, but his drones have been found by Hurricane. And it looks like Solo might be making an early exit from this game. He does not have a hatchery left. I love the fact, like, this base was killed by Hurricane, this base was killed by Maru, and this base was killed by Innovation. What did Solo do to piss everybody off? I don't know, but he absolutely must have done. That, that's not pretty. And Solo's going to be pretty much the first out of this one. Is moving into the center of the map, we do have Hurricane. He's just in a DT around. We do have Maru already stimming over. He was not in time to pick up this train right away. As we're going to be seeing Hurricane able to pick up the train in the bottom right, so he will get those minerals and the gas. So he picks those up. Maru will do the same in the top. This train right now, not any armaments on it or anything like that. Later in the game, these trains get stronger, more hit points, and they get auto turrets on top to fight. As Maru's just busy finding a DT at the same time. So Maru and Hurricane picking up the objectives again. Honestly, Maru has like 100% record at picking up objectives. He is actually so good at free-for-all. If free-for-all was like a WCS level event or like a BlizzCon event, Maru would absolutely win it. Like, there's just no two ways about it. I just don't believe anybody else takes it off of him. This next point in the middle is very important as well, as those are just Solo's units that are left behind from before. So this one's for 4,200 is what you can win for first place, sitting in the middle. I mean, meanwhile, Innovations BC's moving around, haven't done too much else since early on harassing. He's going to start taking the top right of the map, so where Solo used to be. And you can see Maru just, again, one player ready to take the middle of the map, try and get some extra money here. I mean, we haven't seen anything from Impact, by the way. He was just massing Infestor Broodlord. 8 minutes in game, and he's already got Broodlords and Infestors on the map, and masses of Queens. I mean, Impact's just saying, yeah, I can work with this. I take 4 bases. I can do 4 bases. Remember, the game has like a hard cap of 25 minutes, because at 25 minutes, the moving into the center, which happens, there's like a ring that kills things that's outside of it. At 25 minutes, that hits the center of the map. So at 25 minutes of the game, that's all you have to do. So you don't need like 5 bases. 4 bases will probably pretty much get you there. Maru holds the center for about 30 seconds, and now he says, yep, no reason for me to sit around any longer. No one else can take any more points than Maru's already gained here, right? So As Hurricane takes a point here somehow, he's going to try and get another point. Innovation does want to get there. I mean, even if you get third place, right, it's worthwhile as Maru comes back in, kills the Stalker. Is he trying to let Innovation get some points? Is that the point? I mean, Innovation has an SCV that can move into the middle. Innovation doesn't, and that means just nobody gets those third and fourth place points. So just Maru and Hurricane get an influx of money. And again, Maru's just going to have so much money. Is Maru's strategy just unbeatable here? We have Patience going up to Masters of Carriers. So unlike earlier in the last one we casted, and I will refer to that a lot, I think. Unlike the early one, we had a lot of kind of earlier scraps, and this time people are being a lot more passive. I mean, yeah, Innovation's got these BCs that are flying around. He's continuing to build up into them. There's a lot of teching up to late game units. Obviously, you know, Impact down here, Patience, they have been very much so left alone. Innovation kind of BCs, while it wasn't like a quick tech up, it is kind of there. So the only players really playing like mid-game armies are Maru and Hurricane. But of course, Maru's getting a lot of income to build a later game army because he's winning so many of these objectives. So that's worth keeping in mind. It's just a couple different strategies that can play out in all of this. Here come our trains again. So these trains start at 4 minutes and they come every 3 minutes after that, apparently. Is I'm going to see. I think this one actually has 1,000 on it instead of just 500. Maru already taken a third base much more easily than in the past as well, because in the past he was actually a little bit struggling to take a third base because Hurricane, I think, was over on this side and he was harassing. So some differences here as we do have the train taken down, and it's okay. It's at 1,500, so 1,000 minerals, 500 gas. Hurricane gets the train on the bottom right side. So again, these mid-game armies are picking up the objectives, but is that enough to take you into the win in the end? The thing is, it's going to be tough to fight these kind of armies. It kind of depends on who fights who, and we're going to get into like a really crazy duel here at some point. As Maru will not contest the center just yet. Not sure why Innovation didn't land this base just yet. It's just sat here chilling. As that's a solar drone. I mean, these guys are really not interested in killing each other. Innovation has these BCs here. Not sure what there really is to deal with BCs from Hurricane, like some Stalkers and Archons. There's not like tons and tons of units, right? It's not super crazy. He doesn't have a lot of anti-airs, so yeah, these BCs can probably do pretty well. Meanwhile, I mean, Impact. Yeah, Maru's like, yeah, I don't want to fight that at all. Maru, you can see this is the laughing sound from Koreans when they press this, like a KKK sound. So it's like a laughing sound there as BC's going to come down the bottom right, and Innovation going to start killing Patience a bit too. But yeah, Maru sees that army of Impact. He's like, yep, don't want to fight that. His Patience going to lose some of his economy, maybe some of his production here. He is moving his carriers over to fight this. By the way, Patience has a round of shield batteries and cannons at the front as well. See, these guys are already competing for the center of the map. As you're going to see, the Yamato's coming down. Innovation could just teleport out of this if he doesn't like the fight. Does he like the fight? That's the question. You can see now the middle of the map, what's going to happen is you're going to get extra supply for holding the middle of the map. So extra supply gets called down and warped in. So let's see what happens. You can see Maru trying to contest this for the moment, but there is going to be, I mean, this Thor is very, very hopeful. How many units on the map? 16 Broods and 11 Infestors. 25 Queens out of Impact. 25 Queens. Maru just chilling over here. Patience actually goes to kill Innovation's main base. This is where all of Innovation's production is. His BCs on here, they teleport out a different direction. So that's going on. Innovation is kind of losing his ability to build. Meanwhile, he is holding the center out. He's dropping some snipes down with his ghosts here. He's moving into 3-3. He's even getting a nuke ready to go as well. So as Patience kind of kills off Innovation, he'll have to go and rebuild production elsewhere, maybe in the top right. Hurricane has an army which is starting to feature carriers too, but no one can get into the middle of the map here. I mean, Impact's going to start trying, but Maru's already had enough time in the center to win this objective. Can he hold out in the middle? What's important to remember is the units you win from this also come into the middle of the map, so you don't want to give up the middle to only have your units be insta-killed, because then you fought for no real reason. So Maru will back away a bit. Train's starting to move again. There's a DT's around here somewhere, sliping around. So that's going to try and pick up the train. 6 seconds until the middle of the map gets taken. Maru doesn't have too much money in the bank or anything. This train, by the way, might start actually hitting some of Maru's bases. Yeah, here's Maru's army as it comes in, gets fungled and neuraled, and yeah, he gets 50 supply to basically, well, he teleports out a couple of the BCs. Not the greatest scenario in the world, as we do see. That's why I'm kind of surprised Maru backed away and didn't just try and hold the center. I think he's missed this train as well, as he's just kind of left it too long, right? Because now it's gonna come around this top side actually. Maybe he can get it. It's gonna be tough because you're gonna be in a position where other players are kind of controlling. Look at this from Impact, just taking the center of the map already. He's just like, yep, I'm going to park up here, and I'm very happy with my position. So he is going to park up there as carriers continuing out. War Infest is next to Spire. Maru adding on extra Ghost Academies, looking for the nuke. Of course, if you can nuke the center and it doesn't get cancelled, you can zone that center very well. Is Innovation going to get the train? Maybe he is. Innovation still has not a lot of bases and not a lot of units, but he still has units and bases. The BCs can't pick up the stuff, though. No, did he lose the SCV? No, Innovation can't pick up the minerals and the gas. Oh, what a disaster for Innovation. Does he have an SCV he can send over? There's just free minerals and gas in the middle of the map right now. No one knows apart from Innovation. He's going to come up here and kill a couple of units, probes moving around. I mean, Impact camping in the center. Remember, camping in the center doesn't do anything for you until the objectives get set up. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think the next things we have is we're going to have another fight over this middle for extra supply warp in. I think we're also going to have, yeah, that's going to start soon. And then I also think we have another train or two, but that's about it. Like, there's not too much that goes on. Looks like Hurricane picked up that gas and minerals. There's not too much else that really goes on after that. It comes down to the, the zone starts shrinking, etc. Maru has a Reaper showing up, and he's now going to try and plant a nuke in the middle. There's just no way, right? There's just no way this actually lands on anything too meaningful. Maybe like an Overlord or something. As we see Impact trying to... Oh, Impact has to back away from the nuke into Patience's army. So here we go. The nuke lands. And here we have Impact going to try and get in the middle of the map a little bit. He doesn't have a lot to fight Carrier's Bar, Mass Queen. Oh my god, this is not just a nuke. This is a mass of nukes. Landing down in the middle of the map here from Maru on the top side. So Maru's trying to nuke the center. Meanwhile, we have Carriers backing away. We've got, setups in the middle. There go the nukes, not really land on much. He's had the middle of the map. Impact for a few seconds. You can see he's trying to send a Spore Crawler in to get some extra points. Maru will get there. You have to win this. It's not just like if you get second place, you get something. You have to win this out. And Maru is really going to try for big EMPs. And at the same time, here comes Patience. And Impact is being made a sandwich. Can somebody stop Maru, though? Impact has got 19 seconds on it, so it's tied up. This is going to be a really close fight. I think Impact gets it. The Broodling's dropping down. Unless Hurricane can be here. Maru stood there for a lot longer. Impact is just going to win this out by like a couple of seconds. So Impact will get the warp in. His supply going to jump from 150 to 260. And he gets some Broods, Ultras. He gets a couple of Roaches there, some Hydras. A bit of everything, really. As meanwhile, Maru is going to try and intercept this train for some extra money. Or is he? Does he just not want to fight it? Because it does deal damage now, this train. On the bottom side, looks as though Hurricane already dealt with this train over here. Yeah, it looks like this train is just going to wander along. As Impact, 250 supply, sat in the middle of the map. Innovation still making a lot of BCs, by the way. We've not talked about him for a little while. He's not played for any of the objectives. And here he is, still just doing all right as Mario's building a CC. I mean, the fight over the middle is important, and having static defense already here will help you eventually, but I feel like putting yourself in the middle right now makes yourself a target for the future. You can see the extra hatchery is already going to drop down here from Impact, so he's really trying to solidify the middle of the map, make it more difficult for his opponents to really do anything against him. But again, you're a target because you're going to be pushed into from all sides, and that makes it very difficult to fight. So yeah, being in the middle might be the overall goal, but has Impact gotten there too early? Maru is just working off these 3 bases still. Doesn't seem like he needs much more. As we do have... Well, soon, I mean, these few carriers from Patience down the bottom, they're still waiting to go. On the right side, these carriers hanging out as well. Tanks and Thors and Ghosts and Vikings. This is just a wait to see who's going to fight the middle of the map. I mean, remember, Innovation's got these BCs to show up as well at some point. As we do get this going. These guys are going to be starting a fight. Going to be seeing the army setting up in the center. I don't know what these guys are talking about so desperately here. I've got absolutely no idea. As Innovation shows up, he's going to kill, an old gold base of Hurricane. This isn't really going to mean too much at all. Pylon goes down. Nexus gets picked off. It will go down as well. The rest of this army coming in from the upper left-hand side. Maru bringing this over. A bunch of CCs dropping down. And we are going to be seeing the... I think this is just a... Okay, in a minute. Something's going to happen in a minute. So is it going to be more supply? I mean, it's not going to just end the game, right? But after this, we do see the circle starting to close in. So this is the last objective. Before the circle starts to close in, it comes down to what happens next, basically, to kind of getting into the middle of the map. and then these guys are going to start to be forced to take fights. Having buildings in the middle is important too, because if you lose all your buildings, you are eliminated. So having a building right in the center is very, very important. You can see Maru's starting to try and nuke up some of these small crawlers of impact. Innovation with the masses of CCs, I don't feel like he really needs them, I'm not going to lie. As Impact, I mean, he's obviously going to win this, whatever this is. Is this going to be another call down? I can't remember what happens here. Based on what we saw last time. There is another train making a move. Another nuke going to try and land. If Maru could have lined up a nuke for when the reinforcements drop in, if that's what's going to happen, that would be kind of crazy as well. 5 players still in this, 20 minutes in, and there we go. The call down. Oh, it was so close. It was so close to being in range. 325 supply of impact in the middle of the map. The FPS is going to drop, as we do have Innovation going to sacrifice some SCVs. So this circle now moves in every so often, and when that circle moves in, you will take damage from it, like unbearable damage from this. Excuse the FPS, guys. We've got a lot of maxed out armies on this map, more than we've had usually. This is going to be a bit of a lag fest, as we have 5 maxed out free-for-all armies, and 1 even more than maxed out, 313 supply here. So actually, Impact has lost some supply in all of this. Here comes this circle moving in, so you can see some of Innovation's buildings already out the zone, going to be dying off here. Another nuke from Maru. He's going to try and fight over here. These Broodlords are trying to fight Maru on the top side, so Impact's making a move. Maru's going to unsiege and back away. The nuke is going to land, but not connect on too much at all. Gets a queen or so. Meanwhile, I mean, Innovation up here is taking a bit of a fight. Hurricane's army is still around somewhere. He's positioned bottom right. Maru's still trying to nuke. Patience bottom left. Again, a lot of just waiting around at the moment, as Maru tries to push forward with the nukes, trying to bring CCs in towards the middle of the map here. Another nuke lands down. Doesn't kill too much. Again, the circle's going to close in another 9 seconds, so we're going to see more things being damaged here. Everything beyond this line is going to start taking damage. Again, Innovation has the Orbitals and the Ravens and the BCs to bring into the center. I mean, Impact's lost a lot. He's down to 260 supplies. He's been trailing off some supply here and there. Another nuke pushing in a little bit further. They're all going to have to fight Impact at some point here. They're all going to have to fight Impact at some stage. And if, I mean, they all have to make sure they've got buildings near the center as well. They all have them so close together. Remember that the way this is also part of like a tournament, so they're not just fighting for first. They also get like rewards for getting second, third, fourth, respectively too as well. So there is a reason to try and not, if you can't win, to then still try and take a better position. More nukes landing down, spores are being beaten up. I mean, Impact just moves to the left side. We have 5 players who are quite literally waiting to move into the middle of the map here. Who is it going to be? I mean, this circle is closing in. We've only got a couple minutes really left of this game, and it could be anybody's game right now. It could be absolutely anybody's game. We actually have over 1,000 supply about to fight on the map, because everyone's traded out their SCVs, etc. as well. That's the other crazy thing. You know, SCVs are starting to go down, so some extra reinforcements coming in. Innovation's going to try and move to the middle. You can see him trying to set up a CC in the center. So a couple CCs coming down. Some of the supplies are dropping just because of workers that are left around the map, basically. Does Impact have any buildings left near the front? Not really. Innovation's just trying to get a storm off. A very hopeful storm. That Templar goes down. I mean, this is just, again, getting a little bit ridiculous right here. Maru trying to push forwards as well. 166 supply from Maru, 250, 225 from Impact, 200 Patience, 180 Hurricane, 163 for Innovation. What is about to happen? Anti-armor missile gonna land, so Innovation gets the initial anti-armor missile. Oh, his Ravens get feedback, so he doesn't have another of those he can land now. Ravens will not have time to get the energy back in this game. This circle continues to close in. Does Impact have a building left other than this hatchery and this extractor? Impact needs something really soon here. We're gonna see a fight. Innovation is gonna start fighting the army of Patience. I mean, there's storms and there's Yamatos, and I've got absolutely no idea what's going on. Innovation only drops like 30 supply. Patience drops about 30 or 40 as well. They disengage from each other. Pylon from Patience and Ascended taking some damage now. Here we go. Impact moving forward. I'm not convinced Impact even has a building left soon. I think he's trying to fight for something, trying to eliminate somebody, but it's not happening. Maru in the top left, still sitting around. Hurricane sitting pretty happy on the right. This is going to be Impact's building down. Is this Impact just eliminated here? Oh no, Impact just gets eliminated because he has no building in the middle of the map. So Impact's army, 200 supply of it is just useless. It won't fight back. but maybe it can mess someone up. It's just going to sit there, so you have to start getting rid of it. I mean, otherwise it's going to get in the way. Patience moving into the middle as well. I mean, Terrans have a big advantage here, right? I mean, Patience has this low ground pylon as well. This is kind of why the Pros players have to make something happen. Otherwise, they're going to start losing. Hurricane losing a lot right now as well. It's Maru and Innovation, I think, who are really just going to come down to, if it does come down to a fight over the buildings. You can see Maru just trying to build CC after CC after CC here. I mean, his planetary fortresses are starting to die as well. Maru trying to find a way around the corner here. These Brood Lords are being blown up. And what is going on? Storms as Maru can't kite anywhere, but he hits the EMP, so the Templar don't have anything. But he's out of range. Maru's whole army's about to die. The carrier's out of interceptors, and Patience has no money. So it's Hurricane versus Innovation, really. I mean, actually, Maru has some Vikings. Patience has carriers that have no interceptors remaining. What's going on? As he's just flying them around. Oh, Patience has nothing left. Oh, Hurricane was defeated. Hurricane's eliminated. He has no buildings left. And what just happened? Okay, hang on. Let's get a rewind on this. This was a little bit silly. Hang on. Let's get a quick rewind and just recap what happened in the last minute here, because this was a bit ridiculous. So, Impact was eliminated as mentioned. I can't believe Maru's just won this. Hang on. Let's get this back to where it was. Going to take a moment too. So let's just play this out slow. So Impact's eliminated. The issue is all of these structures and Patience are starting to die. Patience has this pylon in the center though, and Hurricane does not have anything in the middle. He only has it over here. So when the circle moves in again, everything on the outer edge is going to start dying. Those Broodlords are going down. You know, these cannons are dropping down. It's this one shield battery that's left in the game for Hurricane and this one pylon from Patience. So that's all that's going to be left in the game. And then in 2 seconds, they're going to start... Oh, this shield battery starts to die. So Hurricane tries to do what he can. This is when Patience has Maru in a really weird spot in the top left. So Hurricane's about to die. Maru actually... Where is Vikings here? He just has these Vikings. He's able to pull them in before they die. So the Vikings stay alive. And all these carriers have no interceptors left. As, again, this shield battery goes down. So this is Hurricane eliminated. And then it comes down to Patience is about to lose this pylon as the circle moves in again, I think. But Patience can't fight anyways because the carrier's out of interceptors. So it's basically Innovation versus Maru. Innovation's mistake is not targeting down the CCs of Maru. Because if he takes these BCs and fights these CCs over here, he wins, right? Oh, maybe not, because his CC is about to blow up. So that's what happens. His CC is about to blow up in the top side. He lost the CC in the center. He has no money to build. So Maru having these CCs is what wins him the game, because this blows up in a second. I mean, Patience is actually still in the game as well. So did Patience get second? Because this pylon is still alive, despite the fact Patience had no interceptors on his carriers. Innovation was defeated, and then Patience was defeated. Wow. So it was Innovation, then Patience lost because Patience has this pylon. Oh my god. And then Maru wins the game because he has a CC left alive. Wow. Wow. What was that? That was crazy. That was actually crazy. Just gonna go back a little bit again. Is there like a countdown for when people get eliminated if they've got like no supply left or something? Because there's a bit of a countdown just to like so they can't stay in the game. Just gonna speed it up a bit and very quickly check this out, guys, just to wrap up this video. This is 4 times. It's actually not even going that fast because of how laggy it is, how slow the game's playing out. No, that's not okay. I just want to check that. All right, guys, that was a crazy free-for-all, and I know it was maybe a bit slower to get there, but in the end, it was crazy. I hope you enjoyed. Maru wins another. What an absolute legend. 1,000 supply ready to fight in the middle. Just absolutely ridiculous as Maru takes it down, and he is going to be able to win another one. Guys, if you enjoyed this, hit that like button. Let me know down below if you're still interested in seeing these players play another, because I still have a couple more replays of these guys. Or if it's getting a little bit dull because it's the same people as well, let me know. I mean, I feel like this one turned out pretty differently, which was great. Let me know what you're thinking in the chat, in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you.